Well, happy Monday. Another kind of wet, soggy, stormy week on the way. Picked up a little bit of precipitation, of course, yesterday into last night, 34/100ths of an inch of precip, and an inch of that fell as snowfall in the Twin Cities. And that was pretty common across much of central Minnesota into western Wisconsin. A slushy coating, about an inch north of St. Cloud, Little Falls. A couple of 2-inch amounts. Generally across the metro, though, a coating to an inch of snow was about it. And that will melt pretty quickly because, of course, the ground is relatively warm. And we will see some sunshine this afternoon, which is almost as strong as Labor Day weekend. Precip amounts, yeah, anywhere from a couple tenths of an inch to 4/10ths of an inch. So not a lot of water, but decent little round of moisture for this time of year, and considering we're in this soggy pattern still. Low clouds hanging on to eastern Minnesota yet, but it is clearing off to the west and across parts of northern Minnesota, so we'll see that gradual clearing, and you can kind of see in between the clouds that white not moving. That's the swath of some of that accumulating snow from yesterday into west central Minnesota. So we have one dry day today. That's about it. As we look to the west, you can see a plume of moisture basically all the way to Asia. This is the jet stream really pushing a lot of Pacific moisture into this spin that is moving into the Pacific Northwest. This is our next storm system that's going to really linger and create a pretty dreary week overall, because it's going to become what we call a cutoff low, cut off from the main flow of the middle of the atmosphere. So this is looking at the middle of the atmosphere, and when you see the low as one closed off circle and all the wind around it, that means it's just going to kind of meander around. So we're talking 3 days of wind, multiple days of clouds, and some moisture as well. The first wave moves in tomorrow morning. Here's 7 a.m. By midday and afternoon, we see the showers spread east. Notice it mixing with snow, though, in northern Minnesota. All rain here in southern Minnesota, but northern Minnesota will see a mixture and maybe even some accumulations tomorrow night. Best chance of getting accumulations this time of year is during the overnight hours. And then dried during a good chunk of the day Wednesday before the next round moves in. But as far as snowfall goes, northeastern Minnesota, winter storm watch there for Cook and Lake counties, because they could see quite a bit. Otherwise, most of northern, north central Minnesota, an area of maybe a slushy inch or two, 3 tops probably. And then we'll see the potential for more as we head into Wednesday night. And by Wednesday night, it will be cold enough where we'll probably see rain and snow showers mix in here across southern Minnesota. But accumulations are looking pretty limited. This storm system has a little bit more northerly track, more warm air, so I think this will be more liquid than the previous couple of storm systems. But as far as that liquid goes, 1/2 inch to an inch of water possible across much of eastern and northern Minnesota. Southwestern Minnesota will fare a little bit less. But as I mentioned, another thing that's going to accompany the storm system is a lot of wind. Out of the southeast tomorrow, 15 to 30 miles an hour, gusts will be as high as 40, and then it's going to turn around on the backside of the system as we head into Wednesday, Thursday. The cooler side of the system, winds will be as strong, but out of the north and northwest. So here's potential wind gusts on Tuesday. Many areas could see 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. So it's going to be raw, wet, windy, not nice here most of the week. Probably no sun until maybe Friday afternoon after today. So enjoy today's little bit of sunshine. And then we're talking about a pattern change. This has been kind of the persistent pattern the last few weeks. Cool weather here in the central part of the country because we have warm ridges, high pressure ridges on each coast, kind of funneling the cold into the central part of the country, and the stormy weather. Well, that pattern backs up a little bit next week. So we get in on the warmth, a big warm ridge over the Pacific into Alaska, and it's the west coast turn to be cool and somewhat stormy, and then into Greenland, where it's been pretty warm here the last few weeks relative to normal. But one of the things we're gonna have to watch out for here is maybe a little stormy weather next week in the terms of thunderstorms. But models have been flirting with some 70s maybe next week, a minority of the models now, but either way, it is gonna be much warmer with that pattern change. 60s probably by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But as I mentioned, we get a big upper level low in the southwest, and that puts us into this southwest flow on the warm side of things. This is a potential stormy setup when we are in spring and summer mode. So the last few storms have been these, normal, low pressure, rainy, snowy events. This could be a stormy event. Dew points near 60, maybe all the way up into southern Minnesota by early Wednesday morning next week, all combined to potentially produce some thunderstorms. So that's what we'll have to watch out. Maybe talking severe weather in about a week. Otherwise, pretty persistently near normal temperatures. Normal high now is about 53, but we will be just below that the next few days. 40s, that's why we're going to see more rain than snow. But again, in the overnight hours, Wednesday night and Thursday is when we could see perhaps a mixture of some precipitation as we see that cooler air move in on the backside of that system. But then heading into the weekend, that's when we'll see some warmer temperatures already by Saturday, and much warmer again as we head into early next week.